Hi guys, it's Megan from Skinny Fitalicious. If you don't know me, I run a small but large website called Skinny Fitalicious, and I'm also a nutritionist and health coach. I've had a lot of people this week on my site comment about a specific post, so I thought I'd jump on Facebook Live and address some of the things that were said. First of all, the post was about motivation and why motivation and willpower are things we should not rely on when we're looking to make a healthy lifestyle change. And it got me to thinking about New Year's resolutions. Obviously, with the new year coming this weekend, I know a lot of people are setting goals to get healthy, to exercise, to eat better, just to feel better, which is awesome and great. I love that. Those should be goals year round, but any time of year I'll take it, right? So the one thing I've learned, I think, since becoming a nutritionist and being a health coach and working directly with clients is that a lot of the changes that people need to make are more behavior and habit related. There's a lot of things that people do every single day and they don't even realize it. Very small things like putting an extra teaspoon of sugar in their coffee when they don't really need it. They could sweeten it naturally in other ways. That they sort of take those things for granted. All those little things that they do add up to the overall state of their health. So, but the problem with New Year's resolutions goals is I see that so many people fail. Actually, I saw a statistic recently that said 80% of people fail by the second week of January. Holy crap. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, how do you fail within 2 weeks? I don't get it. But anyways, that was the statistic. That was the study that I read. And as I got thinking about, well, why do New Year's resolutions fail? The one thing that really kept sticking out in my mind was that, people rely, I think, too much on outside things to get the job done and to meet their goals. And those things are usually food, exercise, and willpower. They look at food and they say, well, if I just eat the right thing, I'm going to eat paleo, or I'm going to go gluten-free, or I'm going to cut out carbs. And if I can just do that one thing and eat the right thing, I'll lose weight and I'll feel better. And yeah, that doesn't usually last. And then the other thing is people say, well, if I could just exercise every single day, but then they start exercising and they don't really like the exercise they're doing. So they give up by the second week or even the second try. But the third thing, which I think is really a big one and one that I keep hearing from so many of my clients and my readers, I did a survey back in November and I think almost every single person in that survey said, I'm a yo-yo dieter, I don't have willpower, I don't know how to control myself. If only I just had more willpower. And to me, that one just really struck a chord with me because it's not about willpower. If you are relying on willpower to meet a goal, to get that New Year's resolution done, it's just not reliable. And I'm going to tell you why. The thing is that those three things, food, exercise, and willpower, those three things are outside sources. You have to find internal motivation to change those habits, to change your behaviors. So when you really, really love doing something or eating something and it makes you feel energized, it makes you sleep good, it makes you feel happy and like a better person every single day, you're going to want to do more of it and you're going to crave it like a drug. I guaranteed. And this is coming from somebody that, I didn't exercise for like 10 years after I got injured in college. And I didn't realize how cruddy I really felt until the one day I started running again in my 30s. And then suddenly all this weight came off and I was just feeling great and I wanted to eat better. And I mean, it just kind of cascades. You want more and more and more of that healthy feeling because you just feel so good. And people that are kind of stuck and not moving in that direction, they don't realize that. But what they really don't realize is that when they're stuck, it's because they're relying on those external things, food, exercise, and willpower to get them there. When really the way to make it happen is to find what you love, is to really clue into What are the things that you really like to do? What's a vegetable you really love eating? Eat it a lot. And then maybe your taste buds are going to start changing, and then suddenly you're going to want to experiment with other vegetables. Or what type of exercise do you really like? I have a friend, she loves to Zumba. I can't Zumba, I've got 2 left feet. I can't stand it. There's no way. If I had to Zumba every single day, there's no way I would work out. But she loves to Zumba. She doesn't like to do any other kind of workout, so she Zumbas every single day. Go her. But my point is that everybody has a different like and dislike when it comes to health. What you need to find is, what is your right healthy? It's not about the right food or diet. It's not about the right exercise plan. It's not about having the right willpower. Goodness, if we all had, the willpower of the gods, we would all be healthy, thin, and happy, right? So it's just not the way it works. So the real thing is that getting healthy and living a healthy lifestyle can be really scary. That transition, that change is uncomfortable. And I think a lot of times people are uncomfortable with that unknown feeling of what's going to happen when I do this and how is this going to work? And instead of facing that fear, they let it resonate inside and they run away from it. So they never meet their goals. So really, if you want to meet your goals, you have to face the challenge. You have to realize that anything new you ever introduce into your life is going to be faced with challenge and adversity. You have to do your best to just charge forward and look for ways to remove those barriers. We can't always anticipate every challenge and every, thing that's going to come our way in life. You have to do the best to plan for removing those barriers and finding ways to respond to them when they do come up. Anticipating what challenges might you be faced with. Maybe tomorrow it's going to snow, and how are you going to get to the gym if you've got a shovel before it snows? Those are the things that you have to think about and plan for in advance. What if my husband doesn't get done with work to pick up the kids and I can't get to the gym? What am I going to do? Am I going to take the kids to my mom's house? Am I going to take the kids to the daycare? What are the options? Those are things you need to plan for and think about if you really want to make a healthy lifestyle change. So, just to recap, relying on external things like food, exercise, and willpower to meet a goal is not necessarily the way to do it. It's not how you meet a goal. The way you meet a goal is finding things you love and really like doing. Because once you find things that you really, really love doing, it's not a matter of, oh, well, I really should do this or I really should eat this. It's a matter of, how am I going to do this and how am I going to fit it into my schedule? Because you will crave and want more of that. It's going to make you feel so good. So if you want to hear more about this topic, I just want to mention that on this Sunday, January 1st and Tuesday, January 3rd, I'm offering 2 free webinars. They're both the same webinar, just different times. And it's going to be about willpower and why willpower is not the way to meeting your goals. And 3 ways, I'm going to give you 3 ways to get the body that you really love. I think a lot of times when we want to make healthy changes, we need to look on the inside first and not the outside. So I'm going to be talking all about that in a free 30-minute webinar. I'm going to drop the link to the webinar in the comments, and I hope to see you there. Bye, guys.